What is this? To you right now, it's just a rock. To a baby, it could be a toy. And to an ant, it's a mountain. What you see doesn't really depend on the object itself. It depends on you. To test how our minds work, a psychologist once ran a simple experiment. He brought in a group of college students and split them into two groups. One group watched a comedy, the other group watched a horror film. After the screening, he showed both groups the exact same set of photos and asked them to judge the facial expressions in the pictures. Here's what happened. The comedy group said the faces looked happy. The horror group said the faces looked tense, even panicked. Same photos, two completely different reactions. This is called the projection effect. It's a cognitive bias where we project our own emotions, insecurities, and traits onto other people, and then mistake those feelings as facts about them. Sometimes we project the dark stuff, fear, shame, jealousy. Sometimes we project the bright stuff, hope, admiration, the version of love we want to be true. Essentially, the world isn't a window, it's a mirror. For example, someone who constantly criticizes other people's looks is often revealing their own appearance anxiety. When they're obsessed with their own reflection, they assume everyone else is just as judgmental. Here's the point. What you see in others often reflects what's in you. In relationships, projection is a common reason arguments explode. When we can't face our own insecurity, we point the finger at our partner, calling them too controlling, too jealous, or impossible to please. In parenting, this may be the most common and painful form of projection. Parents can treat a child like a redo button for their own lives. It sounds like, "Live my dream for me." Forcing a child into piano lessons or medical school often has less to do with the child's talent and more to do with a parent trying to heal their own regret. And if a parent can't regulate their own temper, they may label the child as too emotional or difficult, just to avoid facing their own lack of emotional control. Projection is a form of self-protection. It reduces guilt and anxiety, but it comes at a price. It bends reality and breaks trust. So next time you feel the urge to point a finger, remember 3 fingers are pointing back at you. And what if someone projects onto you? First, ask, is this a subjective feeling or an objective fact? If it's just their feeling, you don't have to debate it. If it's based on fact, don't panic. Use it as data to understand yourself better. The more you understand yourself, the less you need to project. Know yourself, and the world gets quieter.